The attack began at 6:47 a.m. By 6:48, America's banking system was under siege. By 6:49, the power grid was failing. At 6:50, a man in a coffee shop quietly closed his laptop, walked to his car, and put on a uniform nobody had ever seen. Marcus Chen looked like everyone else that Tuesday morning. Starbucks, corner table, large black coffee, no cream. The baristas called him the quiet tech guy. Always polite, always left a good tip, never caused trouble. But Marcus wasn't checking emails. His screen showed something that would make your blood run cold. Network intrusion alerts, banking systems compromised, power grid controllers receiving malicious code. This wasn't random. This was war. And Marcus Chen wasn't just another remote worker. 6:47 a.m., J.P. Morgan Chase servers crashed. Millions of transactions frozen. 6:48 a.m., Wells Fargo, Bank of America, Citigroup, all under coordinated attack. Marcus's fingers flew across the keyboard. Multiple screens lit up like Christmas trees. 6:49 a.m., Texas power grid controllers received code designed to overload transformers. Rolling blackouts began. This was it, the attack they'd been preparing for, the one that could shut down America. Marcus saw something in the attack code that made him stand up, fast. A signature, one he recognized from classified briefings. Chinese military, Unit 61398. This wasn't just testing, this was the real thing. Marcus closed his laptop, walked out like nothing happened. The baristas watched their regular customer leave, same as always. They didn't see him make the phone call that mobilized a ghost unit. They didn't see him open his trunk. Inside was a black case that officially didn't exist. Marcus changed clothes in his car. Off came the hoodie and jeans. On went something different. Digital camouflage uniform, patches that would make your spine tingle. U.S. Army Cyber Command, 780th Military Intelligence Brigade, Cyber Operations Specialist, and one patch that said everything: defend the network. Marcus drove to a building that didn't exist on any public map, Fort Gordon, Georgia, the place where digital wars are fought. His ID card opened doors most generals couldn't access, because in cyber warfare, skill matters more than rank, and Marcus Chen was one of the best. The Cyber Mission Operations Center looked like science fiction. Walls of monitors, global internet traffic in real time, dozens of uniformed analysts tracking threats that could black out cities. Marcus took his station, plugged in, became someone else entirely. Cyber Actual to Command. I have confirmation of coordinated infrastructure attack. The room went silent. Chinese Advanced Persistent Threat Group 4-1. They're not testing our defenses. His commander leaned in. Then what are they doing? Mapping them. This is rehearsal for something bigger. The screens showed the attack spreading across America like a virus. Banking, power, telecommunications, water treatment, everything that keeps 330 million Americans alive. Marcus cracked his crunchies. Time to go to work. What happened next is classified at the highest levels. But this much we can tell you. Marcus didn't just defend America's networks. He went hunting.
Using tools that don't officially exist, Marcus began tracking the attackers through their own networks, into their command centers, learning their secrets. I've got their command and control servers, Marcus said. Beijing University front, military subnet underneath. His commander asked the question everyone was thinking. Can you shut them down? Marcus smiled, the kind of smile that meant trouble. Sir, I can do better than that. His fingers danced across multiple keyboards simultaneously. I can make them think they succeeded while feeding their intelligence services completely false information about our real capabilities. The room held its breath. This wasn't just defense anymore. This was the greatest intelligence operation in cyber warfare history. While Chinese military hackers thought they were stealing America's secrets, Marcus was feeding them lies. Fake vulnerabilities, false weaknesses, completely fabricated intelligence, and quietly documenting their entire operation. Every server, every tool, every technique. 8:30 a.m. 2 hours after it began, America's banking system came back online. The power grid stabilized. The water treatment plants resumed normal operations. To the world, it looked like a minor glitch. To the Chinese military, it looked like a successful test. They had no idea they'd been played. No idea that their successful attack was actually a carefully orchestrated intelligence coup. Marcus leaned back in his chair, exhausted but victorious. In a few hours, he'd be back at Starbucks, just another guy with a laptop. Here's what most people don't understand. While you worried about your morning commute, Marcus and thousands like him fought a war that determined whether your lights stayed on, whether your bank account stayed secure, whether your hospital's life support systems kept working. The U.S. Army Cyber Command employs over 6,000 soldiers you'll never see on a traditional battlefield. They wear uniforms most people don't recognize. They fight enemies who attack from thousands of miles away. They win victories that never make the news. Marcus Chen represents a new kind of American warrior. They don't storm beaches. They write code that protects democracy. They don't jump from airplanes. They build digital shields around the infrastructure that keeps us safe. The next morning, Marcus walked into Starbucks at exactly 7 a.m. Large black coffee, no cream. Corner table, laptop open. The barista smiled and waved. Their regular customer was back. They had no idea what he'd done the day before. No idea that he'd saved the country while they made lattes. Marcus opened his laptop. The screens lit up again. Network monitoring, threat detection, digital surveillance, because the enemy never sleeps, and neither do the guardians who protect us. The next time you see someone on a laptop in a coffee shop, remember Marcus Chen. Remember that our warriors don't always wear their uniforms in public. Sometimes the most important battles are fought by people who look exactly like everyone else. In the 21st century, freedom isn't just defended on traditional battlefields. It's protected one keystroke at a time, by digital soldiers who serve in the shadows so the rest of us can live in the light. Marcus Chen will be back at Starbucks tomorrow morning. Same time, same table, same quiet professionalism. The barista still won't know who he really is, and that's exactly how he likes it, because the greatest warriors are often the ones you never suspect. Have you ever wondered who else around us might be secretly protecting our freedom? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Tell us what city you're watching this story from. And if stories like Marcus Chen's deserve to be heard, subscribe to Tales of Valor. We honor the quiet heroes who serve among us every single day.